Thank you for signing up with Happy Bulletin, and this is actually going to be the first screen that you see once you come to your dashboard. There's a few settings on here that would need to be filled out before a bulletin is started, primarily because the forms use the data for any users. So if they were to send a contact form, they've got to know what email to send it to. If they're sending an RSVP for something, we need to have a backup email just in case whoever's setting up the event does not select an email. So they're just a couple of those things that this is covering. So at this point, you've got a welcome screen that just gives a little information, tells you what is needing to be filled out, and gives a reminder that there are some other things in the settings page that need to be filled out also. So from here, you can go directly to your bulletin settings. And at this point, I have a few sample staff members in here, which is how you would generally pick the contact for what form is actually going out. But I'm going to actually, before I fill out the settings, the required settings, I'm going to show you this part, the staff directory. So this is where you would actually want to go first. So I've got these sample ones in here. At this point, you can add I'm going to add myself, add whatever your pastor is, or if it's an admin, I'll just say admin. And I'm going to give myself a fake email and a fake phone. I don't need to do a bio. I'm not going to do an image for this, but image is definitely recommended for anyone being put in here. So we've got the place at top. I'm not going to bother with these because it's strictly to show what happens when you put in a staff member. So I'm going to reload the page, and it's showing here I am, Brian. So I only did this because when you go to bulletin settings, I want to have something to select. So for this, these are three of the pieces that are required. Have a few other ones down here. This is required. This is required. So anything that's required is going to show this. There's 6 things at this point. So I'm going to do a sample of how this would work. You will click edit on the section that you want. Bulletin, actually gotta make it an actual link, phone number. And at this point, primary email has not been specified, so I'm gonna just put Brian at happybulletin.com as if this was my standard email that the church email will go to. So these are the elements that will be showing on the front of the bulletin landing page and every bulletin. So make sure this is something that you're comfortable putting on here, and it is the primary information. Clicking update, tell you when you reload the page, it'll show the update. So now coming down to here, you'll see what I mean. So at this one, RSVP, secondary email is required. If you have it set up here, secondary email might be someone who's not on staff. So this is not tied to the staff members itself. So I'm just going to put in me@me.com as a secondary. So this explains what this is. It's just a fallback. If you do not put in an email on an event, this is where the submission will actually go to. So make sure this is someone who's aware that it might actually happen. So that shows that is done right here, is updated. So this will be removed once the page is refreshed. So here's another one. So this contact visitor is actually pulling from the staff. So I'm going to select myself, click update, it pulls in the email. And we've got this one is the last one that's required. Actually, I'm going to show you when all of them are not filled out, so that I'm still showing this is remaining. So if I was to go to the dashboard again, it says volunteer form email required. So that's the last one that's required. So I can go back to this click Edit, select myself again, Update, and you'll see now I am on here without the prompt, the initial prompt that came up. So now it gives the ability to see all of this, and you're not going to have to worry with any of that popping up at any other time. So you generally are not going to have to go into settings and do that unless you have to change emails, or if you add a staff member and you want to do it that way, or if you want to change some of the thank yous and other elements on the bulletin settings. But that's how you would get rid of the primary window that comes up, and then you're good to go with creating a bulletin. And I'll show you a video on that later. I just wanted to have this on here to get you acclimated. Thank you.